Hi, my name is Jerry Reed. Been an AMSOIL dealer since 1978. First got involved in it with no intention of ever promoting it or selling it. I had been a diesel engineman on a submarine, so I had some background. But after I experienced using AMSOIL for a year or so, I started to recognize really what kind of a product we had. What I'd like to talk to you about today is a letter that AMSOIL received from a small trucking outfit in California back in 1977. As you can see, this is the stationery, the heading on the stationery, John Galt Lines, in Cucamonga, California, September 26, 1977. And the letter is to Mr. Al Amatuzio and the AMSOIL dealer at that time, a fellow by the name of Jack Coy. And they write, John Galt Lines is an interstate for-hire motor truck contract carrier operating into and through 38 states and Alaska. We are presently operating 42 units, including 12 refrigerated trailers carrying highly perishable produce, as well as dry freight and mini motorhomes. After 11 months of operation using AMSOIL synthetic lubricants exclusively, we would have you know our results and the reason we cannot afford to use any other type of lubrication. Our line diesel power units are 350 Cummins with 13-speed transmissions and SQHD twin screw rear ends. All units are using AMSOIL in the engines, transmissions, rear ends, wheel bearings, and drivelines. And I underlined this part of it. Let me move down here to this paragraph. We have not had one failure of any kind, let alone 1 hour downtime due to a lack of lubrication. We have not replaced a universal joint, rear end, or transmission in the past 11 months, period. Previous records for the same mileage show 21 U-joints replaced, 4 transmissions repaired, 3 rear ends replaced, and 60 wheel bearings and races replaced. Total savings, and this is $1977, was $8,000 in the first 11 months. Our propane-powered local tractors and PUD units have had 2 downtime occurrences. One 549 cubic inch V8 suffered a crankcase puncture the size of a 4-penny nail while on the freeway and was driven 6 miles to our shop. The hole was welded from the outside without the pan removal and without igniting inside oil residue. Refilled with AMSOIL and the engine is operating perfectly 2 months after repairs. Savings, $3,000. Our 1976 Ford 361 V8 engine was wound downhill and destroyed the crankshaft and rod bearings. Ford Motor Company, after oil and metal analysis, warranted all repairs, materials, and labor. Total repair was $1,176.39, covered by warranty, as there was no sign of lack of lubrication. So let's go on to page 2. Page 2 of the John Galt letter reports on my personal 74 Lincoln 460 V8 after the same 11 months and 30,000 miles without oil change and only 2 filter changes at 79,000 is this engine has 20 pounds higher compression than it had after 10,000 miles. Our 1967 Ford 351 V8 with 155,000 miles, AMSOIL converted at 117,000 miles. Oil consumption down from 3 quarts per 1,000 miles to 1 quart every 2,000 miles. Starts much easier and shifts better with AMSOIL 1040 and the automatic transmission. At that time, we didn't have automatic transmission fluid, and a lot of people would use the AMSOIL 1040 as a substitute. One 1969 Dodge pickup with 318 V8 stick shift and now showing 140,000 miles starts and operates like new with only one valve job at 95,000 miles, was introduced to AMSOIL at 98,000 miles. We felt added assurance. The Sunday evening we were returning from Catalina Island in our 36-foot Richardson Sport Fisher, powered by twin V76 GMC diesel engines. We lost the starboard saltwater cooling pump 10 miles from the California coast at 2 a.m. in the morning. The water temperature gauge had gone past 240-degree mark before we could shut the engine down. No damage has resulted after 2 months of hard operation. The port engine brought us to Dana Point berth without heating, having to pull the 17,000-pound boat on a single engine. Pull the 17,000-pound boat home on a single engine. Both engines and the transmission are protected by AMSOIL lubricants. We now do not suffer any corrosion on the running gear or chain since we introduced AMSOIL grease throughout the vessel. Our possible loss to one engine and installation exceeded $10,000. We have only your AMSOIL lubricant products in our cars, trucks, boat, motorcycle, motorhomes, chainsaws, lawnmowers, forklifts, and stationary engines. We also use 2-cycle AMSOIL at 400 to 1 as a diesel fuel additive. Again, AMSOIL didn't have a diesel fuel additive, but these guys were very experimental and found that the AMSOIL 2-cycle worked extremely well as a diesel fuel additive. And the final paragraph is, our total out-of-pocket savings this past 11 months, without consideration of our 60% decrease in preventive maintenance man-hours, is $28,000. Thank you for making your AMSOIL products available to you. Signed, Dan A. Grossmiller, President. This letter is in response to a letter from a Mr. Richard Lafreniere in Maidstone, Ontario, Canada, on April 4th of 1979. And they state, we were excited to receive your letter of March 26, 1979. Our company receives letters and phone calls from potential dealers, trucking firms from all points in the U.S., seldom, however, from Canada. The copy of your letter to AMSOIL is now close to 2 years old. To update our use of AMSOIL synthetic oils, grease, filters, and their wonderful products is a distinct pleasure. John Galt Line is an ICC carrier of many motorhomes, recreational vehicles, and cabs and chassis operating from California to the 10 western states. Enclosed is a copy of our new ICC MC 143943 Sub 1 grant of authority and a picture of one of our loads on a local vehicle. Our entire fleet is powered by propane, and all moving parts are protected by AMSOIL synthetic lubricants. We cannot afford to use any other type of lubricant. AMSOIL has reduced our company labor repair costs 75% over the past 2 years. We have not replaced even one universal joint, wheel bearing, transmission, or differential for the past 2 years. It's a good example of the savings and benefits that a commercial outfit, trucking outfit, farmer, anybody with equipment, how they can cut their maintenance costs tremendously. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to bring you more of these.